On the right side, Gabe.
Coach, we led last week
Hey,
on
Gabe.
McCoy, so let's ask about him again. He just was named SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And now you know he's a freshman.
Yeah, now I know he's a freshman.
Pretty-
and he's
pretty
SEC.
impressive.
Yeah.
How about that?
I guess the less I know about him, the better he keeps getting, huh? No, I know he's well deserved. He did a great job being his first start, and did a nice job directing the other guys. And Avery went out for a while, and Coda came in, and Coda did a solid job. So, that's nice.
We'll go to Ben, then we'll come back to Christy.
Coach, you think it's tougher to be a freshman at center as opposed to another spot on the line, or does it really not make a difference?
It's probably tough being any place. I don't know. I've never played line, but I would think it's tough any place. Maybe on a football field, But in the line, usually you think, in my experiences, it's been, like a guy to be like at least a redshirt sophomore or something, right? Center is I've always had a lot of respect for that position because they have to make all the decisions. They got to tell everybody where to go. I mean, we can't get started until he's like the catcher. He's got to signal the right pitches to the pitcher and get everybody in the right spots in the infield and outfield and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I would say that'd probably be a harder position.
Left side, middle. Christy?
How would you evaluate Knight's debut here, and what are you looking for from him this week that maybe you didn't see last week?
I think he was good. I don't think he's satisfied. I don't think we're satisfied. We got to, we're still a little bit, there's a process in the season, and we're still a work in progress. And, that was for him and me. I mean, that's the first time he knows he has to kind of learn how I am as a play caller, and then I got to learn kind of his play, so. It was kind of like the first date, right? We're just kind of trying to figure each other out, and so we can each play to each other's strengths. But there's so many other things he brings to the table besides. Oh yeah, I mean, you can watch a film, and in wins and losses, you can point out numerous things all over at all kinds of positions. Oh man, we could do this better and this better and that. But at the end of the day. In that position, the one most important thing you can do for your football team is win. And, he made the plays at the end and made some plays in there that enabled us to do that.
Right up here front, Brent.
I'm gonna hit you with a two-parter here. The first is the development of Tanner Short, considering you didn't have any scholarship tight ends at one point last spring. And the other one is, would you do anything differently in the fourth quarter in terms of your offense late in the game?
Okay, I'll go second question to, I would have made more yards in the second quarter and more first downs. Okay. I'm going to just tell you what, Saturday morning, I call like the best game. I mean, Sunday morning, I call like the best game ever. All right? When I'm watching, I go, oh man, why didn't I call that one? Why did I call that? And it was. And I think just in my mindset is I want us to be a physical team that can run the football, and that was a position for us to prove that. Did we? No. All right, but it's a step in the right direction. There's going to be times when you got to line up, and you got to run the football when everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it. Is that smart? Maybe not. Maybe yes. I don't know. But you got to develop that in your football team. I think the other thing that you have to do is your quarterback and the rest of your players. They need to be in these situational football, and that was situational football. 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes. We've got a lead. We need to protect the lead. We need to protect the football. We need to keep our defense off the field. All those type of things. So it's an invaluable process for our guys, especially Trevor, all right, and myself. And did we do a very good job of it? No. All right. I mean, we got to do a better job, and we got to keep Chief and his boys off the field. Sharp, I think that's another one. That's probably the first game he's played, so he's kind of figuring out what it's like to play that position in this offense. And he's come light years from spring, and I would just really anticipate him just progressing week to week and become better playing that. It's kind of a weird position for us because it's really not an inline guy. You're really not a fullback. You're kind of just, I don't even know what you are. All right, you're just one of you're that 11th guy that's out there, and so we ask him to do a lot of different things. So I think he'll get better with that as we go.
Standing in the back right, Daryl, and we'll come to Ben.
Coach, can you talk about, the decision-making there on the fourth down call for Trevor to keep it and the fact that we hear that Coach Turner was talking about all that?
Yeah, I had turned my headset off. I wasn't even watching. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. All right. I said, go call play. No. Actually, I thought it was third down at that point. If I'd have known it was fourth, I'd have been a lot more nervous. JT, Jim, it's a play we'd been running a lot, and we'd actually ran it earlier on a 3rd and 1 that we didn't make. And, came off in kind of the same scenario, pretty close to the same scenario where Trevor's got the ability to hand the ball off to Keith or Trey or whatever, or pull it. He's reading the defensive end. And the 3rd and 1 we didn't make. All right. Maybe we should, we should have made a different decision there. And we came in, and Jim said, hey, come right back to it. So we came right back to it, and Trevor made a great decision on it, and the kids did a super job with it.
Right middle, Ben.
Coach, just right here. Just out of curiosity, what do you think the future of the tight end position is in the game of football? Do you think that it's a long-term position or it gets phased out like other spots?
No, I don't think it'll ever be phased out. I mean, I think football cycles anyway. There's a book called The 12 Mighty Orphans by Coach Rick Russell from an orphanage back in the 30s. Okay, he was the head coach, Coach Russell, and they had 11 players on the team. Okay, and so I had really at one point thought I had invented spread offense. Okay, and I read that book a few years back, and in 1937 he was running 4 wide spread, no tempo offense. So everything cycles, and I think the same thing. I think that's a valuable. I think what you do see though is you see, and I see it over the years that. I mean, at most positions, they're becoming bigger and more athletic kids at that position. So as soon as they become bigger and more athletic, then that gives them more roles they can play on your football team. So they're just not like a little bit undersized right tackle that you just happen to move out 3 feet, and all he does is block all day or catch a bootleg in the flat. I see that position's kind of a hybrid position. You want that guy that can do both. They can be a power run game guy for you, but they can also move and be a threat as a pass receiver and get matchups on, Gronk, right? I mean, there's a perfect example. Everybody wished they had one of those.
Anything else? Daryl in the back will wrap us up.
Coach, more dangerous to play a team, let's say an Auburn or an Alabama, or to play like a Prairie View who's going to come in here with nothing to lose and they're just going to let it all hang out?
I don't know. I mean, it's just the next game. And I think that's how that's how I want my guys to attack it. That, it's about just becoming a better football team every day they go out to practice, becoming a better football team each week they play in the season. Who they play that week is really no consequence. Some of them are really good teams you play, some of them are not so good, some of them are here, some of them are big, some of them are small, whatever. All right? I don't really talk to our guys much about the opponent as far as here's the looks you have to block or the looks you have to see and throw against. Other than that, it's about us just becoming better at our craft every day we go to practice. It's always about the journey, okay? So when they start looking ahead and, okay, this team, there's that team on the schedule, that's what you don't want. And so what we're basically worried about right now is having a great Tuesday practice.
All right.